2 months. That's how long Desi was suffering in pain. 2 months of taking medication. 2 months of feeling betrayed by her body. 2 months of just suffering. And from that, in 2 weeks, in 2 short weeks, she went from not being able to stand up straight, being in excruciating pain, to being able to lunge, squat, move without pain. And she even took a road trip to Disney World and was able to stand in line, no pain. The truth is, you're not broken. It's just you need to understand the way and the steps that you need to take to move forward. Hi, my name is Armando Cruz, and if you've ever been told you have to suck it up, you have to stay with it, I want you to stay with me for a moment. You see, if you ever had to take long periods of rest because of an injury, medication, you have to go see doctors, chiropractors, shots, still have pain, this video is for you. I want you to hear Desi's story. I want you to see how fast and how quick things can actually turn around when you address it at the source. Now, Desi is from Spain. She's a mom, she's an entrepreneur, and what we'll call a self-proclaimed back pain sufferer. In other words, this is something she's had many times before, and this was the latest flare-up that lasted for about 2 months when she came to see me. But when she met me, she had been suffering for 2 months. She had been taking medication for 2 months and really no progress. She was suffering. She was in bad shape. And the crazy thing is, she didn't come to Miami to come and see me. She came on vacation to spend that time with her family. Luckily, she had a friend that connected us, and she went from that time to a total of about 4 hours worth of time that I saw her. The wild thing is that she didn't come here looking for me. She was referred by a friend, and what had been 2 months of agony turned into, in less than 2 weeks, she was able to be pain-free, moving, and enjoying life again. That's a total of less than 4 hours to make this transformation. When I say to people that Desi's life changed in less than 4 hours, people think it's magic, but really it's a function of 3 main shifts. Shift number 1, suspend disbelief. One of Desi's biggest roadblocks was her belief that she had been told time and time again, you cannot lift, you got to be careful when you twist, whenever you move. So she basically was moving through life like a robot, waiting for her body to attack. She's like, I was living in a bubble because I knew that if I moved in this way, my back was going to go out. If I looked at a weight wrong, it was going to go out. So she had her entire family as a Sherpa. And while that may sound good for some people, the truth is when you feel trapped in your body, what you're looking for is freedom. And what does freedom look like? Being able to do whatever you want, being able to carry whatever you want. If you want to pick up grandkids, you can pick them up. If you want to pick up something from the floor, you can pick it up and not have to worry. But in order for that to happen, you need to transform your story. And once your story is transformed, all of a sudden the brain aligns with what the body's actually capable with and gives you access. Shift 2, breathe like your life depends on it. When Desi came in, her breathing pattern was shallow, rapid, very constricted. As a kid, I don't know if that happened, but as a boy, we would test our friends by punching them in the stomach. And we would set up and it's like, all right, punch me as hard as you can, see how you can do that. Well, one of the things you do is you brace when somebody's gonna punch you in the stomach. That's essentially how she was breathing. It was very constricted, very much bracing, as if somebody was going to punch her. So imagine what the brain is getting. The signals the brain is getting is like, hey, we're under attack. And so shift number 2 is we needed to transform her breathing pattern to one that signaled to the brain that we were safe and it's time to recover. You're not going to be under attack. We transformed her breathing into deep, calm, and relax. That in turn triggered their nervous system to shut down so it doesn't feel like it's under attack, and now it actually let go. Shift number 3, find the light. The thing about pain is that it physically and it isolates you mentally and emotionally. One of the biggest things is you end up not going as many places, so you literally start getting more and more isolated. And probably the deeper one is that isolation feeling that nobody understands. That is a very lonely place. You want to find that person, that system, that approach that not only understands you, it opens the door. It shines the light where you're feeling that darkness. When that happens, what you'll find is that you're more confident, the tension goes down, and you're willing to take those next steps. Some harder than others, but you're willing to take them because you can see further than before. Before, all it looked like was I'm stepping into the abyss. Now there's a light showing you like, hey, there is more to that than what meets the eyes. And so finding that guide, finding that person, like Desi was able to find us that walked her through it, is critical in making that shift. Here's why I'm sharing Desi's story, because Desi's story is not just hers. It's a mirror into yours. And so whether you've been in pain for a few weeks, a few months, a few years, a few decades, you're not too far gone. What you need to do is ask these things. You need to question your beliefs and your stories that are limiting you. You need to reset your nervous system through proper breath work. And you need to find that guide that'll get you through that fog, through that darkness. I've seen this hundreds of times before. And the most important thing is that you need to believe that it's possible. You need to suspend that disbelief and open the door to possibilities. Look, if you're stuck in pain or somebody you love is stuck in pain, you don't have to commit to a program or anything like that. But I would encourage you to take that first step. Let's start a dialogue. Let's begin a conversation to see how we can take you from point A to point B, take you from pain to freedom. Drop a comment below with the word freedom and let's begin that conversation. Because sometimes all it takes is the right guide, the right moment to show you the way out. Desi didn't plan to heal, but healing found her because she was open to try something different, to look at the situation, to rewire her story, to rewrite her story. I want to remind you that you are not broken. You are wired for survival. And only when your brain feels safe will it let go enough for you to start healing. It's time to go from pain to possibility. The door is open. Now you just need to step through it. I've been Armando Cruz. I'll see you on the next one.